You know everything is done with respect, right? I know you know. I mean, come in, let's talk about it. But don't do too much. Don't come in doing too much. Walking like a boss, yeah, but wait, don't do too much. Come sit down, let's talk, yeah, but first don't do too much. What you got going? Don't do too much, yeah. Don't do too much, yeah. Don't do too much. People understand, overreacting, overreaching, doing too much, period. Let's talk about you. Let's touch about it. Don't do too much.
All right. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Mic check. All right. They can hear me now, babe. I think we got to redo this song and everything because, in the words of the comedian Mojo, I know you lying. Let's do that again. Redo. Redo, babe.
You know everything is done with respect, right? I know you know. I mean, come in, let's talk about it. But don't do too much. Don't come in doing too much. Walking like a boss, yeah. But wait, don't do too much. Come sit down, let's talk. Yeah, but first, don't do too much. What you got poppin'? What you got going? Please don't do too much. Yeah, don't do too much. Yeah, don't do too much. People on stage, overreacting, overreaching, doing too much. Period. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about it. Don't do too much.
All right, now let's try this one more again. Welcome to the Don't Do Too Much podcast, where I am your host, Monica Mays. Welcome to the show. Thank you all for logging in with me on this evening. What a great show it's going to be. I really appreciate everyone that has already logged in. I know you're on the way in if you're not in yet. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I am Monica Mays, your host with the Don't Do Too Much podcast. So before we get started with the show, I do have just a few announcements for you guys. Just a reminder that the show airs every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So if you're not doing anything, you're not too mean, support your girl. Come on out, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube as well as my Facebook channels, the Don't Do Too Much podcast. I appreciate you guys already in advance. I do have a few shout outs on tonight before I get into what we're going to talk about on today. So, the topic today, before I do the shout outs, the topic tonight will be reasons you should support other people and then the real reasons why people just don't. So, my shout out is I want to say happy birthday to Tamla. She celebrated a birthday on April the 9th. To my sister Treese and my goddaughter Felicia. They celebrated birthdays on the 14th of April. My little granddaughter Eva celebrated her birthday on the 15th. And then I had a cousin, happy heavenly birthday to Neil, who celebrated his birthday on the 24th. And then happy birthday to anyone else who's celebrating birthdays for the month of April. I also want to say happy anniversary to Pastor Clark, Pastor Sam Clark, and First Lady Pat Clark. We celebrated their anniversary on last Sunday, and I just love you both very dearly and want to say again, happy anniversary to the two of you guys. I also want to just take a moment, if we could, just a moment of silence for my godmother, Cindy Henderson. She passed the month of April. I don't want to ever omit the people that are gone on before us. So I do want to recognize Cindy Henderson, as well as my dad, Reginald Young, who both passed in the month of April. So if we could just bow our heads for just a moment, just to kind of acknowledge the two of them. All right, so let's do it, y'all. Let's get into this. So before I say what I gotta say, I want to make sure I give you the dial-in number. I think it's going across the screen right now. The dial-in number is 901-438-3520. Once we get into the topic, if you have comments, feedback, you can go ahead and put those things in the comments, or you can dial in 901-438-3520. So hey guys, here we go. Why you should support others. Look, supporting others builds trust and long term relationships that often turn into real opportunities. When you support others, you expose yourself to new environments, ideas, and networks that accelerate your growth. I know a lot of people, guys. Tony and I know a lot of people. And the sad part is about support is some people won't do nothing for nobody. Can you help everybody? You can't, but you can do something. And so that's where it really gets really, really sticky. And we're going to get into it just a little bit more. So support creates a natural cycle. When you give value, it often returns through referrals, recognition, or opportunities. And so when you get that recognition, it's not always about getting recognition. But I tell you what, it does often feel good to know that someone recognizes some of the efforts that you make. And so I think that I have a short video that I could play. And it's not to brag or to be big headed, but I do want to let people know that you can do something. And every little bit that people often do, it helps. So, sound system guy, if you would, go ahead and play that video for me.
Before I play the video, I also want to acknowledge, because I know you can't see them, but there are people posting comments on Facebook, and I know you can't see those comments.
Okay.
And so I just want to read a couple of them real quick, if that's okay, because we never want to omit our viewers.
And let me say this before you read the comments. I did forget to acknowledge I did have surgery on today, but I did not want to cancel my show. Not at all. I do have my glasses on tonight, but I'm also on medication. So I have asked Tony to read the comments for me. And Tony, I really appreciate you doing that for me.
No problem. Ma Hampton says she's here.
Hey, Mom.
Cheryl Clayton said, let's all give a speedy recovery. Shout out to my sister. Brene says, rest in peace to your fam and to my mother who passed in April as well. Shout out to Brene and her mom. Bishop Stapleton says, I love this. Bishop Stapleton, awesome job this past week in revival. He did an awesome job, man. And he's on here. He said he loves this. Maddie D says, teamwork makes the dream work. Bishop Stapleton says, you definitely have my prayers. All right. So let me play the video, right?
All right. Thank you.
My name is Demetria Jackson. I am with the Entre's Kindness Tour. I'm the mother of Deantra Jackson. And we give back to communities. We give back to people who do things in the community. And see, you guys do things in the background that people don't even know about. And that's what we see a lot too. I follow you guys. And so I felt like the right thing to do was to present you guys with a certificate of appreciation. To show y'all that we love y'all, we appreciate y'all. And you guys do some wonderful things. You know, you are great parents, great babysitters.
Yeah, come over here, girl. Right. Come over here, girl. This little baby got her own 501c, y'all. She's doing, so y'all make sure y'all go and support her page. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put it on the page anyway. I'm gonna put her link and stuff on the page so y'all can go and support her and give. Make sure y'all give because she does a wonderful thing in the community. She gives back. She feeds the homeless, and she talks to mothers who have experienced hardships with gun violence from the kids. She does all of this. So y'all make sure y'all support her business. All right.
And this is yours.
It's awesome.
I just appreciate it. And when people don't expect things, and they happen, I love your parents. They're wonderful.
This is so sweet.
They are.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. And that's her story.
Oh, let me get my certificate.
I'm presenting you with yours,
I
Mr.
can't.
Mays, because you so young, but you need your certificate.
I need my certificate.
You work hard.
You do work hard, I guess.
You work hard. I mean, so many people love you so much, That I need that bad.
Man, thank you for playing that video, Tony. And if you could cue up the other video for me, if you can find it. But I just wanted to just kind of show you, like in this scenario, we were not expecting a thing. We were actually trying to support and help someone else in this effort. And it turned tables on us. And sometimes it's kind of weird to receive a thank you because we do things, just from the heart. And the things that you do from the heart, it reaches the heart. And so I just wanted to play that video for you. But just keep in mind, guys, of why you should support people, not for the recognition in cases, right? But you should just support because it's the right thing to do. It helps you develop a mindset and of success. A lot of people want to be successful, but the mindset of people is not of success. People notice those who uplift others. It strengthens your reputation and leadership presence. Support often leads to collaborations, partnerships, and business growth. And so you would be surprised at the number of people that reach out to Tony and I about different collaborations. And we're just honored that we're able to do those things for people. So now let's talk about why people just don't support. Before I do that, Tony, are there any comments out there? Okay. So please don't forget, if you have a comment or you want to dial in, 901-438-3520. If you have other things to talk about or say about why you should support others, please dial in or put your comments in the comment, please. Okay. Great. Okay, so why people don't support others? And before I do that, I think I hear that phone ringing. All right. So Money's on the line. What's on your mind? I think I hear that phone ringing. All right.
Hi, Monica.
Well, hello.
This is Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
So I want to say, first off, we had an experience with you guys over the past year where we came down there and we had the tents for the homeless. The experience that me and Clarence had just being down there with you guys was very humbling. We didn't know what we were going to get after leaving that, but the experience that we got and the way that it touched us, we said we will never miss another one. So, and this year we just want to make it bigger and better. I know for myself in Toledo, if people don't know, I'm a DM for Wendy's. So I bring my stores involved into this, and I plan on bringing it bigger and better this year for the tent drive as well, and getting more people into it and just donating. I mean, these people are very humbled. You just have to be there to experience it. It brings tears to you. It's very humbling. But the reason why people don't want to see other people do good is they're just jealous. They don't want to see people do good. Animosity. It's sad that other people don't want to see people achieve and do good in their life. I've experienced that. Me and my husband both have. With work, we used to work together.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to see us do good, so they separated us. And when they separated us, that store went down. And it's sad that people feel that way.
Cheryl, thank you so much for calling in with your comment. I really appreciate you. And I, when I go on with this podcast, you guys will learn a lot about me and my testimony, because I've never really told my real testimony about myself. And so one thing that when I started this podcast, the Lord was really putting it on my heart that when you're able to tell and talk about your story without crying, you're in a healing process. And so am I healed? No, but I'm healing. And so I thank God that I have an opportunity. This is an avenue for me to be able to actually talk and tell bits and pieces about my story without shedding tears. And I just thank God for that. And so just to kind of talk about what Cheryl is talking about, the tent drive that we do annually, we've been doing it for a few years now. My husband and I, we've always been givers, and that's just what we do. It's just what we do. But when you come from a background of not, I'm not going to say not giving, but not knowing what the impact looks like to give, it's a very humbling experience. And so that tent drive is something that we do annually, but throughout the city, my husband and I do things all the time. So Thank you, Cheryl. I love you and I appreciate you for dialing in on today with me. And you did touch on the first thing, the first bullet that I have as to why people don't support. And I hate to use that J word, but jealousy. Jealousy is the number one reason sometimes why people just won't support. Jealousy and insecurity. Some people won't support because they're insecure with themselves. It has nothing to do with you. I had to learn that what I give and what I do, I can't always expect that back in return from other people. Man, y'all, look, let me tell you, that's a hurtful thing when you are in a position where you want people to treat you the way that you treat people. It's not going to happen. And I've learned that, and I've had to learn it the hard way. But I can say that I can honestly say now that those insecurities don't have anything to do with me. And so now I'm dealing with that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm okay. I'm going to continue to do what I do. I'm going to continue to support the way that I support. And I can't worry about whether or not someone is going to support me. Tony, I think I see a comment. Okay, thank you.
Ms. Gwen said, I would add support comes in many forms, big and small.
Yes.
Verbal encouragement, text, phone calls, service, attending others' events, being present in quiet and trying moments, as well as giving of your time, your testimony, and your finances.
Ms. Gwen, thank you for your comment. Ms. Gwen is actually one of the biggest supporters that we have. And I just want to openly say how much I love and appreciate you, Ms. Gwen. And it's not even about what you do, but it's sometimes about how you do what you do. We appreciate you so much and we really love you. Thank you, Ms. Gwen. And so let me go back. So jealousy and insecurity cause people to hold back support when they see others progressing. What type of person are you when you have a problem with seeing someone progress? Your growth can highlight what others are not doing, making them uncomfortable. You're upset. You're not supporting other people because you don't want to see them do more than what you're doing. That's terrible. Many people operate from a scarcity mindset, believing there isn't enough success for everyone. Man, look, it's something out here for everybody. It's enough out here for everybody. If you have that type of mindset where you feel like you have to downplay or downgrade someone else because you don't want them to do more or be more than what you are, I don't know what type of person you are. Some simply don't understand your vision or see the value yet. For instance, this podcast, baby, I can only imagine the number of people that's on speed dial right now discussing why does this girl have a podcast? But guess what? It's not for you to understand. This is for me, not for you. Okay, so lack of effort or laziness prevents people from even taking small supportive actions. Just lazy. Pride and ego can stop people from supporting if they feel they should be ahead. Some people wait for support first, but never initiate it themselves. Man, those are the type of people where they want you to be there. They want you to always be there, always show up. And then the minute that you don't, they're not going to remember the 1,020 million things that you did for them or to them or with them. But they'll definitely remember the one time that you didn't show up or that you couldn't be there. That's not a good mindset to have, y'all. So others watch and follow your journey privately, but avoid public support. I hate to say this, but I have people in my life right now to this very day that will text me on the phone offering support, but it's like a secret. I can't tell people that I really love Monica. What type of person is that? You know what? I do have some statistics. I heard my brother this morning on the podcast this morning, 2 Men in Hats, and he said I was an analytical person, and he is dead right. I am an analytical person. So I do have something I do want to share with you guys. And so as I was researching this thing about support, I wanted to know who is more often the supporters. All right, we got a comment. All right.
Katina says, say that. Good evening, Miss Paulette. Paulette says some people won't support because they really don't want you to succeed. Miss Gwen says culturally society feeds into the crab mentality syndrome.
Oh my.
I support you as long as you're not doing as well or better than me.
Oh my. Miss Gwen, you hit it with that. Did I hear a phone call, babe? Okay. If you just called in, please dial back in for me. So I do have some statistics, right? So who is most likely to support? Before I say who the statistics said who supports more, put it in the comments. Who do you think is more likely to support more?
Bree says, unfortunately, some people are so absorbed that they prioritize their own needs or goals and see helping others as a cost. Miss P says, your biggest supporters are people you don't know.
Oh my.
And we have a call.
All right. So Moni's on the line. What's on your mind?
Hey, Moni. This is Tina.
Turn your volume down, Tina.
I am. How are you doing, love?
Hi. How are you tonight?
Oh, I am great. Just getting off work and had to hop on. But let me just comment on some of the things that you just said.
Okay.
I will back all that up. There are a lot of people that are so jealous of different people, envious, don't want to see people succeed, but they don't understand that God has something for them as well as they have for you.
Absolutely.
They just need to tap into whatever it is that God has for them. But instead of trying to trust God and go by a leap of faith, they won't support you.
Absolutely.
And I have to admit, being in business for myself all these years, I have had it all these years. But honey, one thing I will say is they have made me a stronger woman and a stronger woman in God. They can stay jealous because, as far as I'm concerned, they can get the same thing you got as well as I have. Absolutely. But us women need to learn how to support each other and bag each other in everything. Men do it all the time, but us women, we hate. For what?
Oh, you know what? That part right there. I didn't get there yet, but I was gonna get there. One thing that I'm learning to do, and I think that all women should learn to do this, compliment each other. It won't hurt. It will not hurt a thing for you to say, girl, your shirt sure is cute, or your hair sure is pretty. It's not gonna hurt or take anything away from you and you just never know that one compliment that you give someone else, it could be a make or break thing for the person for that day. Thank you, Tina, for your comments. I really appreciate you dialing in on tonight.
Miss Glenda Hall is listening. Miss Gwen said, I think the biggest supporters are natural givers and those who often put the needs of others before their own. Wow.
Absolutely.
Craig said, nah, men hate just as much. Trust me.
Yeah.
Maddie says, show is, I need one. Cheryl says, the biggest hater is the one sitting next to you waiting for your downfall. Wow. And I want to say, Bree, let me make sure, because these comments are rolling in pretty quick.
Okay, good job. Yeah, keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Bree says, women should always uplift one another.
Okay. So I'm gonna start here. So when I looked at this and get y'all, I ain't never been a man, but I know about women. And surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, I see this. Women are who support the most. They have a higher empathy and emotional intelligence that leads to more public and consistent support. And so when I pull the statistic, it says 25 to 40% women are more likely to provide emotional support, and 15 to 20% are more likely to volunteer. And so emotional emotional intelligence shows up in measurable ways. And so I even went a little bit deeper to see about their age group as to the support. It says ages 35 to 64 show 60 to 70% support rates, while ages 65 and older volunteer more with a 30 to 40% rate. It also talked about higher income levels. For some reason, they think that people with higher income levels are happier people. But you know what? I think this is just my own personal views, guys. I lived in a little shack many years ago, guys. And I was just as happy as I could be in my little shack. And so I do see where money can make you happy, but we have to realize that money is not everything. And so the happiness that you find, sometimes you have to find that from deep within. I think I saw another comment back, but we good.
Maddie said she was talking about she need one of your the shirt like you got on. Miss Glenda says, yes, Lord, that is so true. You never know how a person is feeling. Craig says, I can definitely see that. He talking about those statistics. And Miss Gwen says, live to inspire instead of tearing down to distract or destroy.
And the one thing that I did learn too, guys, and it's not on this paper, but smiling faces tell lies. Smiling faces tell lies. You have to, in this day and time that we're living in right now, just because a person is smiling on the outside, you don't know what type of hell they're going through on the inside. We have to learn to be kind to one another. Be kind to people. If you see that person at the store, at the gas station, wherever you are, and they don't appear to be in the best of moods, you don't know what they're dealing with, guys. We have to stop being so judgmental of people based on what they look like. We have to stop it, guys. And I'm guilty of it as well. I've gone through a drive-through like, oh, Jesus, this girl needs to take a nap. But I don't know what hell she done went through before she took my order.
If I can add something to that.
You can.
So when we did the homeless unhoused tent drive, there were people out there. And you said, you just can't judge a person by how they look. And so there were people that actually showed up or pulled up in a car. And there were some spectators, some owners looking and said, them people ain't home. They driving a car. They could, I turned around and told them, I said, so how do you know that? I said, they could be living out of the car.
Absolutely.
You just can't, because a person look a certain way, you can't automatically, people are living in their cars. And just because they're living in their cars and unhoused don't mean that they're going to walk around straggly and looking tore up from the floor up. So don't judge a book by what you see. Try to dig deep and find out. I always tell people, man, and you just said it, that you never know how a person, and Ms. Glenda Hall said as well, that you never know what a person is going through or what's on the inside of a person. They could be smiling and going through pure hell on the inside. Absolutely. So I always try to say something positive, give them something positive, because you never know, man. They could be one step away from going and jumping off the Mississippi Bridge.
Absolutely.
You don't know. So just try to be kind to people, man, and just try to support people the best way you can. Absolutely. Now, these comments, Damon says a lot of women support from connection. Mm-hmm. A lot of men hold back from pride. Wow.
Man.
Bree said helping others will increase your own sense of purpose and connection. Miss Loretta said that's one thing that I have been asking the Lord to help me with, is being judgmental. You don't know what a person is going through. Brene says, I tell people this every day in my field of work. I've seen the worst of worst living situations, and a lot of them don't look like what they're going through. And Tina said, amen.
Absolutely. And that's the other part. Like, people, one thing, and I can honestly say this, I just thank God daily for not looking like some things that I've gone through. You just don't know. And so that's why I can honestly, with everything in me, say smiling faces tell lies. Some people are just struggling to make it from day to day, and you just never know. And I know this is a crazy thing to say, but I watched the show Snapped. And sometimes when I watch this show, I'm like, I can see how people just snap off, because a lot of times you're holding all these things in, all these emotions and feelings and things in, and then all it takes is that one somebody to come and say something crazy to you, and then you just explode. I'm not saying it's right, but I can say I can sometimes relate. As you guys know, some of you guys know, typically I'm not a big talker. I'm kind of quiet to myself, but I do have a voice, and I have things that I want to share and tell and things of that nature. And so sometimes people will take your kindness for weakness. And I've experienced that personally. And I think someone just commented about how it's the very people, it's not the stranger on the street that's treating you like crap. It's not the strangers out there on the street. It's the people right under your nose. It's your family. It's these cousins and aunties and uncles and all these folks that's right there. And for the life of me, I just cannot understand how you're able to treat a person poorly. One thing that now it took me a minute to get here, so I'm not going to tell you that I've always been here. But one thing that I try really, really hard to do, I try my best not to match energy. Sometimes I succeed. Most times I succeed. But sometimes I don't, because people will poke and poke and poke and poke and poke.
Poke that bear.
And then when you show your claws, it's a problem. But you've been poking at me. This is what you want, right? I didn't get off topic. Anyway.
Phyllis said, please be honest when you support. Don't support to be seen.
Absolutely.
Ms. Gwen said, take it spiritually, but for the grace of God, we can all be in the same shoes as someone else in need. I am a firm believer that we are blessed to be a blessing. Loretta says, you have to set boundaries because people will take your kindness for weakness. Absolutely.
Yes, they will. I think Phyllis made the comment about don't do things to be seen. I absolutely agree, Phyllis. You have some people out there that do things just for the recognition, just to be seen. But then on the flip side of that is, I don't think there is anything wrong. I saw a post or something where this man was giving some things to some needy people and things of that nature, and people had a problem with him broadcasting what he did. I tell you what, it's so much negative stuff out here. I'd rather see that than to see some of this other stuff that you see out there on the internet, on the TV. I'd rather see a person actually giving back and doing things for people versus some of these other things that you actually see. So I don't personally have a problem with that, because sometimes you need to see that this is what you should do versus some of these things that you see that you shouldn't really do.
Absolutely. And I was getting ready to add to that too, babe.
Okay.
If you look at the times that we're living in, the climate that we're living in, man, it's rough out here. It's a lot of hate out here.
Yeah,
it's a whole lot of hate.
It is.
So when you see people performing acts of kindness because maybe somebody has recorded it, or even they got their own recording production, recording people, because I see it all the time. I follow a couple of guys who they act like they homeless sometimes just to see, and they record acts of kindness, people being kind to them, and not turning them away. They don't have shoes on sometimes, and these are wealthy people that are out here doing stuff, but they just trying to see how people are going to respond, and if people are still have a heart to give and do for people. So I don't knock it, and I don't think they're doing it to be seen, because of what they do. A lot of people sow into their I call it a ministry. A lot of people sow into their ministries for what they do. I've seen this. I follow this one guy who gives away cars and houses, and I mean, it's gotten so big to the point that celebrities want to be a part of it, and they're joining, and they're giving big money.
And how would they know about it
if he didn't broadcast? Exactly.
If they didn't see it.
Exactly.
So in
and
those
that's all
instances,
I'm saying.
I definitely I appreciate it. It does something to my heart when I see someone do something for someone else, whether it's a small gesture or a big gesture. It does my heart just well to see other people doing other things for other people. I do have a topic that we're going to talk about on next Thursday, and I can't hardly hold this one, but the topic for next Thursday is going to be, is going no contact with family or friends wrong? Ooh. So it kind of ties into the support thing. So is going no contact with family or friends wrong? Yeah, we're going to talk about that on next Thursday. But if you could, I think I see a few more people still on the line. If you could dial in, I would like to hear some of the things that you've done for someone, whether it's big or small, not to brag, but to just share your experience of what you've done. And then there could be suggestions that you could offer to people that they can do that are big or small. I don't know if my mother-in-law is still on the line or not, but I want to also shout her out. Man, look, I love that lady so much. I tell Tony all the time, if he ever leave, I'm gonna keep her and let him go on about his business because I love her. One of the things that I love to do, and I don't know if she knows this or not, but I wanted to publicly say it, I love hanging out with Mom. Man, look, that lady brightens my day up, so she just don't even know the impact that she has on my life. And I just wanted to say that before I lost track of what I'm doing. I think I hear a caller coming through. Is someone still on the line, babe?
Got to call them back.
Okay, call back, please. On the line, babe?
Hello.
Right. Moni's on the line. What's on your mind?
Hey, sis.
Hi, brother.
Listen, I've been commenting, and Tony ain't said damn one. So I was trying to be patient. I was, because I wanted you doing your thing. I'm loving it. But he ain't said none of my responses. I said ladies first. I knew that the ladies was more.
Man, I don't see none of your comments. I don't know where you comment at. I don't see them.
Where you commenting at, brother? Facebook or YouTube?
Both YouTube. I had to go to Facebook, and I said, you know what? I'm finna call in.
I know you blucking lying. He is not ignoring your comments, brother. I know he not.
We'll deal with it later.
Okay.
You're doing great. Love you.
I love you. Thank you.
All right.
And I'm glad brother dialed in, and because one of the fun facts that I found on here as well is support is contagious.
Mm-hmm.
Support is contagious. Watch the people that you hang around. If you're around a highly negative person, if you're around a stingy person, if you're around a person that doesn't give, doesn't support, that stuff will rub off on you. Get yourself around some people that actually support. All right, I hear another caller coming through. Moni's on the line. What's on your mind?
Hi, this is Gwen.
Hey, Miss Gwen.
So I'll start by saying that one of the things I do, I've been a servant all my life or giver. And so I serve without even really thinking about it. It's very hard for me to say no when someone needs something, or I can just offer support even when not asked to do so. But one of the things that I set for myself as a goal is I make it purpose. I'm intentional about trying to be a blessing to somebody in some way every day. I want each day of my life to be purposeful, and that I'm walking in what I believe is my gift to be able to serve others and to help others, again, to uplift or make someone's life better. So my goal is that every day I'm going to serve. And some days I say, well, I'm going to make sure I bless at least 3 people. If it is nothing but sending a text as soon as I wake up first thing in the morning to encourage someone.
Keep me on that text ministry, Miss Gwen. I appreciate that. Sometimes I need those words.
Yeah, and we don't, and sometimes we take for granted how much we impact others at the time that they most need it. But if we're just willing to be available to let God do his work,
yes,
it'll reach the people that he wanted to have. So again, it doesn't have to be anything big, just be willing.
Absolutely.
And that's what I encourage everyone.
Right. Thank you, Miss Gwen. Thank you for dialing in.
Thank you.
I do want to touch on two things that Miss Gwen said. One, saying no. Look, yes is good, but saying no is not a bad thing. And when we learn to say no when it's necessary, that it's not a bad thing, Miss Gwen. You gotta sometimes say no. I know we in a what they want us to be in a yes world, but it's okay to say no sometimes.
Miss Gwen also said to Phyllis that and what comes from the heart reaches the heart. The hard motives matter. I think that was really good. And Phyllis said those people that you're talking about are still honest, but it's still some people just do it to impress and be seen. And so my I guess rebuttal to that is I don't really worry about what they do. You know what I'm saying? You know, if somebody is doing it to be seen, I always say this. Even when we give to people, some people say I don't give to people because they just don't need it, or you don't know. I don't know. I give as the Spirit give me utterance, right? So when I give, if I give to a person who look like he on drugs, he may not be on drugs, but if he look like he on drugs and I give to him because he told me he hungry, he wants something to eat, and I give him something, well, why would I give you something and then worry about what you gonna go do with it? Because if you told me you were hungry and you don't go get something to eat and you go get drugs, that ain't on me. That's on you.
So I do want to add to that, Tony, and I think I kind of missed it at the beginning. Tony and I, we give a lot. Some things we give openly where other people know about it, but sometimes we give and no one knows what we're giving, right? I have family members, and I'm not afraid to say it because this is my show and I can say what I want to say, right? But I have family members to this day that are angry or upset because we give to certain people or we haven't given to them. So let me be clear about our giving. We give according to what's placed on our heart. We give according to what God has told us to give. And so if I support or give to a person off the street and I don't necessarily give to my cousin or my auntie or my niece or my nephew or whomever, don't be angry with me. I give according to who and when I need to give. And so you have some family members to this very day that are upset with you, not just me, but upset with you, audience.
Yeah.
Because you haven't given what they thought you should have given or when you should have given it.
Yeah.
And so again, when you give, God will place it on your heart, your mind, your soul, your everything. And you give according to that. Don't worry about what people think. I have relatives, I have friends that I've lost along the way because in their mind, when I needed it, you didn't do anything. When I needed, or when my daughter needed, or when my son needed it, you didn't do anything. I help as much as I can help, but I can't help everybody. And so people need to understand. But the thing is, and this, I know that time is winding up, but this is the main point that I really want to pull out. Do something. Do something. Like you have people out there, and I'm not even talking about money right now. I'm talking about time, talent, energy. Yeah, money is good, but there are other things that you can offer when you're supporting people outside of the monetary value. Show up for folks. It hurts absolutely nothing to show up for people. Don't always expect for people to show up for you and you never show up for anybody else, guys. That's the main point of this subject on tonight.
Miss P said, ooh, that's a good one. Cheryl said, it feels good to give to those that don't have. A lady needed a coat and we were out there. The look on her face when we did not have none, I gave her mine, and the look in her face when I gave it melted my heart. Cheryl said what you said. Mom said, thank you. She love you too. Clarence said, intentions are a telltale. Wow. Damon says, why is society so loud about negative but have a problem when people posting positive. We complain about the positive, but go viral with the negative. Absolutely, Damien.
Oh, Damien, you hit the nail on the head
that's
there.
it, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's why I don't have a problem with people showing positive when they giving and doing, because people need to see other people doing acts of kindness. Whether you think it's for them to just be seen, I don't really care. But people need to see that. There are a lot of people need to know that there are still some good people out here in the world. Katina said, if God outing on your heart, just do it. You are supposed to give and not expect anything in return. Be a blessing and be a blessing to someone else. Absolutely. Candace Poindexter said, yes, so true. They will be okay. Bridget said, amen. Ms. Gwen said, very true. There are many who count other people's pocket. I can't stand that. And want to dictate how you should move. Candace has showing up has meant so much. Here go Mel Mac with the
hey, Mel.
I can't even say this word with Mel. Reciprocity. She always trying to, boy, this girl right here is something else. Bree said, when you help without expecting anything back, your actions come from your own values rather than external validation. Come on in here, Bree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, those were awesome comments, guys. Keep them going. Keep them coming. And I just want to say, Damien, I think you hit it right there, because like it's so much negativity out there. You watch the news, it's negative. You watch TV shows, it's negative. You watch all this old stuff that Facebook, social media, it's so much negativity out there. Do something positive, guys, whether it's big or small. And again, it does not have to be monetarily. You do not have to always give money. You can give your time. And so just think about that. If you haven't gotten anything from the show tonight, that's one thing I wanted to make sure. And then the last fun fact I wanted to share was supporting other people will boost your confidence. You'll become more confident in yourself. It's a positive thing to be confident. Now, some of y'all overly confident, but it's okay. Boost your confidence by supporting people. Helping others reinforces your sense of purpose and leadership. And it will reveal your character. It will reveal your character. And so I'm going to wrap up for tonight. Again, I had surgery a few hours ago. You guys can't see my leg propped up, but it's definitely propped up.
You got 7 more minutes.
I don't care. I am on lower tabs and I am struggling right now. And so I wanted to not miss this show. I didn't want to cancel on you guys on tonight. Definitely wanted to be here to go live to make sure. I wanted to do, eventually I'm going to have guests on the show depending on our topics. But I did not want to miss the show. I definitely wanted to be here to kind of share with you guys. I am soliciting your prayers. My foot has not come all the way back to life, but it's definitely living right now. And so I definitely want you guys to continue to pray for me as I go through what I'm going through in my healing process. Baby, are there any other comments?
Yes.
Okay.
They still coming.
Okay.
Miss Gwen said, what would the world be without worker bees instead of just a queen?
Oh,
wow.
My.
Felicia Sargent said, hey, people,
Felicia.
Pop says, you help people because you love them. Clarence said, practice makes a habit, rewire your thinking. Wow. Okay.
The other thing, I see so many people on the line that are not blood relatives of mine. The other thing that I want to say about support before I get off the line, a lot of times God will put the right people in the right places just for you. I think I saw Loretta on the line. When I tell you Loretta's God sent Loretta to me. I don't care what y'all say. That's my girl. And no matter what, she gonna be my girl. God will put the right people in the right places just for you. It's not all about the blood. Blood make you related, but it definitely does not make you family. And so pay attention, guys. Pay attention to who shows up for you. Pay attention to who does not show up for you. It's important. And if you're one of the ones that always look for people to show up, and you never show up for others, do better.
Yeah.
Like really do better. This is an attention for you. Do better. And Miss Gwen, I know you're still on this line. It's okay to not show up. It's okay to say no sometimes. We do what we can because it's in our heart to do it, but it's okay sometimes to not show up. It's okay to say no.
Miss Katina says speedy recovery. Maddie says LOL, great job, sis. Pop said God bless you. Brittany said great show, good show, Monica. Congratulations. Bree says every act of support and generosity plants a seed of hope. When we give freely, we don't just change one life. We create we create a ripple effect that uplifts families, communities, and future generations. No is a whole sentence. Thank you, Katina. I know that's right. Before you get off, Monica, I really would like to make this announcement.
Okay.
The 2 Men and a Half podcast presents the Relationship Roundtable, April the 27th. Love, life, and lessons. We're gonna have singles, married couples. The last time we did this, we did it with only singles, and we did it for our first anniversary show, our first year anniversary. And so we're in our second year, and we're gonna do another live taping. It's gonna be Monday, April the 27th at 7 p.m., 1906 Madison Avenue. We have a real story and treat. Y'all know last time it got real juicy. It's gonna be even juicier this time because we adding married couples to the mix. So we're gonna have singles and married couples, and we're just gonna have some real grown folk conversation.
All right.
So make sure you be there. I'm gonna say this: there's gonna be limited seating for the audience. So if you plan on being there, just maybe reach out to me, inbox me, or inbox Monica and let her know, so we'll know. Because I don't want 100 people to show up, and then you got to stand outside and listen to a speaker outside, So, but definitely we want you there. If you want to be there, we definitely want you there. So again, that's Monday, April the 27th at 7 p.m. That's the one time that we're gonna, and also let me add that we are going to add we used to have an evening show. We used to call it I forgot what it was, but anyway, it was on Wednesdays. And we're gonna bring a one night show back because Monica's show is doing so well, and we got a little jealous of her. No, I'm just tipping. I love my wife. I love what she's doing. I love the support that she's getting. But we just know that we can reach the masses because when we're on early in the morning, most people are at work, on their way to work, and they don't really have time to just kind of tune in right then. So we're going to add that one show back in the evening. So again, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you and love you. Back to you, babe.
All right. So just before we get off the live, guys, so the real truth. Support reveals who is genuinely in your corner and who is not. Not everyone will support you, and that is the part of the process. Understanding who supports you will build you stronger, more aligned in your circle. How you should move. Continue to support others, but set boundaries to protect your energy. I think I heard someone say something about setting boundaries. It may have been Katina. Continue to support others, but set boundaries to protect your energy. Avoid seeking validation or begging for support. Oh, don't beg for support. I've been there where I've wanted people in my life so terribly bad that I was willing to beg for their support and love. Don't do that. Do not take lack of support personally. It often has nothing to do with you. Align yourself with people who naturally show up and reciprocate support. Stay focused on your progress rather than waiting for recognition or applause. Man, look, I thank you guys for tuning in with me on tonight. Again, I'm on these lower tabs, so I am about to go in here and lay it down, but I definitely did not want to not get on the show tonight. I appreciate everyone that is continuing to support me. If you would take the time to go and like and or subscribe to my Facebook and YouTube channels. I thank you guys so much. And so just remember that on next week, our topic is going to be, is going no contact with family and or friends wrong? Is it wrong to go no contact with family and or friends? That's our topic for next Thursday, the 23rd. If there's nothing else, I do want to say my saying that I say, and I want you guys to remember it. Every day may not be good or great, but there is always, always, always something good or great in every day. Money Love out. I appreciate you guys. Love you.
You know, everything is done with respect, right? I know you know. I mean, come in, let's talk about it. But don't do too much. Don't come in doing it.